Get Arathi Ma's new book, The Value of Truth, at arathima.com.
This is a new painting that I drew. I'm going to put it on a t-shirt. I'll put the link down below or up on the eye there if you click on the eye. But this is like some sort of alien creature or something in the forest. So hopefully this doesn't come true. But anyway, sometimes I just like to play and you know, play is really what the point of this video is, okay? So today what I'd like to speak to you about is the spiritual path or enlightenment, okay, and accomplishment, and how they have very little to do with each other. Just let that sit in for a second. Because many people come to the spiritual path and they treat it like a success seminar, right? They say, oh, Jason, I've been through some stuff. I've, you know, went through bankruptcy. I went through this. I went through that. I've had a stroke of bad luck, and now I'm really going to apply this meditation thing because I got some goals in mind, and I'm going to meditate, and then I'm going to accomplish everything in the world. I'm going to do this. I'm going to become stronger. I'm going to become more fit. I'm going to become more successful. I'm going to have all this money and all that sort of thing. And they think somehow that has something to do with the spiritual path. Now, it is true that as you become more aware and more centered and freer from your pain, that clarity emerges. You become more clear of what is needed in your life and more clear about how to survive and more clear about how to relate. You become clear with all of these things, but it by no means turns you into you know, some sort of real estate mogul, or or it doesn't turn your ego into something that becomes full of superpowers. You know, it doesn't all of a sudden turn you into you know, a millionaire or a perfect person according to somebody's measuring, you know, somebody's idea. Somebody has an idea of what a perfect human being, you don't become that. You actually become free of needing to become that. Okay? So the spiritual path or the enlightenment path is about finding the experience inside you where you no longer have to play that game. You can play it, but you don't take it seriously. Because the experience of happiness that most people are looking for from winning those games is already being experienced. You see, you won't get trapped. You won't look for this thing, you know, this experience inside you. When you already have it, you won't be looking outside to get it. Okay? Now that said, as you experience joy inside, you start to play. And perhaps you paint like I did, or I paint, or I do videos like this, or I write, you know, or you play around with photography, you know, or you may play the game of business. You may do that. You may play the game of real estate. You may play the game of selling yachts. I don't know. But the fact is, you're not looking to that game to nourish you. You're not looking to those games to give you happiness because you are already experiencing it. And now those games are just about survival and you have them in the proper context. You might still be horrible at those games. Okay? That's the funny thing. You might not be great at them. That's not what the spiritual path's about. The enlightenment path is about finding that happiness inside so that then you are happy and then play as possible. And when you allow yourself to play, some pretty beautiful stuff can emerge. You know, you may start to create your own game. And in that game, I believe you will be the master. I believe in that game that manifestation of the true you will be absolutely great if you have the courage to let that free. Okay? So don't look for enlightenment and don't look for spiritual practice to make you better at playing the games that were born out of suffering. All these games that people are playing all around you, don't look to be better at those games because a lot of those games were based on suffering. They're not based on freedom or on your happiness. Okay, at some point, your joy will move and it will create your own game. You'll create a game of the divine play, and that will nourish you in so many more ways than trying to play the games that were made out of suffering. You become self-soothing, you see? You no longer feel the need to play the games of others. You become a leader, even if you're leading no one. Right? A leader doesn't try to make people follow him or her. A leader just walks down their path because they know it to be true. And then whoever follows, follows. But whether somebody's following or not, it doesn't change what the leader is doing. This is what enlightenment is about. It's about finding your truth, being nourished by it, and then following it as it moves outwards into the ego. I hope this helps. Take care for now. Yeah, so thanks for supporting my work, and I also want to let you know I also have another YouTube channel called Jason Gallant Music, and there I will be uploading meditation and music tracks, and feel free to listen in, and you can also access those tracks on my website at jasongallant.ca in case you want to download them for your iPhone or iPod or something like that. Okay? So thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon.